Oh, maybe.
Okay, welcome everyone. We got the stream up and running as well, and we're gonna get
Wine, are you
started here.
the EktaChain?
Hi guys. Hi,
Hi.
this is Erwin from EktaChain. Good evening. Good evening from Bali.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Erwin. How's it going?
Good mate. Good mate. How are you guys doing tonight?
Awesome, yeah. It's lunchtime here. Well, no, tea time here, but in the UK. Whereabouts are you, Erwin?
I'm I'm in Bali.
Oh, right, cool. Nice place to be.
How's the weather in the UK?
No, quite rainy, usual. I'm near Manchester, so yeah.
I was just
Wait,
there during April. I'm going back to UK around August,
all
towards
right,
end
cool.
of July, beginning of August. Yeah, my kids live there, but they're further up north in Scotland.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. My dad's from Scotland. Yeah, it's a nice place. Okay, yeah, we're on the half hour. If you're ready, Erwin, I can start the recording, introduce you, and we can go into the EktaChain project.
Yes. My name is Berwin. I'm the
Oh,
co-founder and
so
CEO of EktaChain.
one second, Berwine. I've just got to start the recording, then I can introduce you, and we can go into the
All right.
project.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay, good afternoon to the Wellcoin Talk community. Today we have an AMA with EktaChain here to speak about the project is Berwine. Yeah, we've got lots to talk about today. Ecta's mission is to bridge the blockchain world with the tokenization of real world assets. That's one aspect of Ecta's ecosystem. We'll go over the EktaChain and also the Ecta Island. That's their NFT portal. But first, Berwine, if we could talk about the core team's background and experience, that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. My name is Berwin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of EktaChain. My background in the 90s was in Web 1. I had a dot-com startup. We did payments processing for business to consumers. And after we listed in the NASDAQ, I was able to cash out. And I went into the property business for the next 22 years from 2000 till today. However, during 2020, during the pandemic, the world shut down, and I had to close my hotels here in Bali and stop a lot of development in the property business. So I had a lot of time to sit down and think about how to um, pivot my business. And I read a lot of white papers, hanged out with a lot of people in the Web3 space, and I was able to read over 200 white papers and kind of figured out how to tokenize real world assets, real estate. There were a lot of issues here in Southeast Asia with lack of access to capital. So I learned about DeFi, and there's a lot of issues with low income and people with low incomes, and also lots of problems with the environment. So I was able to figure out how to do that. So with play to earn games, and yeah, so I thought, hey, I'm a property developer. I have a chain of islands. I have a lot of property here. I could, if I build my own chain, I could create, a kind of like a micronation and try to bridge blockchain to the physical world, and at the same time improve people's lives and fix the environment with it. So that's when EktaChain was born. It was born around last year. We're less than a year old. We're a layer one blockchain. Uh, we've been live for 6 months now, listed in 4 exchanges. We have a working bridge, our blockchain browsers up and running, and we're about to launch our NFT marketplace in 3 weeks. And yeah, we have a really exciting project that we're launching called Ectoportal, which is basically it's an Ectoportal NFT. It's an NFT that comes with a physical node that earns you rewards. We have other really exciting projects like our plan to earn game called MetaTrees. It's planting game in the metaverse and also planting trees in the real world. It comes with carbon offsets, And yeah, we also have a mint coming up in the end of the year. It's called Ecta Island. I call it the Disneyland for degens. So that's a really exciting project for the crypto space.
Awesome, Berwine. Yeah, so for investors, if we could go into the EktaChain project and the ecosystem you build in there and get some details about that for us.
Yeah, so EktaChain is EVM compatible chain, Ethereum virtual machine compatible. We are our consensus is Hyperledger Bisu click consensus. We're gonna upgrade, migrate the chain and upgrade it this week to QBFT consensus. We have currently have 16 nodes running. But what's exciting is we're launching this Portal NFT, which comes with a physical node. There's going to be 10,000 of these nodes shipped out. So in a couple of months, we're probably going to be one of the most decentralized chains in the world.
And I was reading over how you're going to do the real world assets that are going to be fractionally tokenized, bought, sold, and auctioned on the Ecta marketplace. Is the marketplace live, and how does that work for investors?
Yeah. Our NFT marketplace is going live in 3 weeks. We're currently beta testing it and going through audit at the moment. Our marketplace is a little bit different than OpenSea, for example, because what we're actually selling and trading in the marketplace are real world assets, property, um, you know, tangible goods like yachts and private jets, and we also have gold and jewelry as well in our marketplace. So we're trying to bridge the physical world through NFTs in our marketplace.
And so, how will they be sort of auctioned off, or will you be able to mint them? Well, it won't be done that way.
Yes.
Obviously, you'll get a part share depending on how many tokens you have.
Yeah. So for example, for property, you can mint a fractional NFT of a property for as low as $200, for example. We'll also have, you can also mint an entire NFT, which is the basically let's say a villa. You can mint an entire villa with an NFT. So yeah, you can auction it off. You can sell it in the secondary market through our marketplace. Many other things, many assets like jewelry as well that you can and artwork that you can sell in the marketplace as an NFT. But mainly, fractional property will be one of our biggest selling. Lots of sales coming from fractional property.
And I was reading on the white paper, your first physical spaces, they're going to be located near Bali, and you'll have residential villas. And you're looking at one of the marinas as well, purchasing 285 berths.
Yes, that's actually Ecta Island. It's an island just 40 nautical miles off the coast of Bali. We have 81 villas that's going to be built there, 300 honeycomb pods, beach club, yacht club. We'll have a school, a blockchain school. We're going to have a forest there for it's called MetaTrees Forest, which is our tree planting game, where we'll be planting trees in the real world. There's going to be a lot of, we're going to host a lot of events and masterminds there as well. And it's really going to be a place for us degens and crypto enthusiasts that want to be together in one island.
Okay, great. So did you actually purchase the island? Is it owned by EktaChain, and then you're going to build on that and a school and residential properties in the future? Yeah.
Yes, correct. It's owned by us already. I bought the first plot of land 9 years ago. So how I got there was 9 years ago. I was just sailing off the coast of Bali, and there was a storm, and I managed to anchor in on that bay, which was really flat compared to the other parts of the islands where it was very stormy. And after 2 days, the storm passed away, and I was able to go on shore, meet the villagers, got really friendly with them, was able to purchase the first out of 17 plots of land on that bay. And after 5 years, I was able to purchase all 17 plots. And started applying for the marina license and the building license. And it took me 3 years to get all those licenses as well. So it was a total of 8 years before I was able to secure all the licenses. Unfortunately, COVID happened, so I wasn't able to develop on it. But fortunately, I was able to start EktaChain, and because I'm heavily involved in EktaChain right now, um, I've redesigned the entire island to make it more like a community instead of a resort. And so it's more for a community for us, the protocols, and a lot of NFT communities that want to live in the island and meet, gain channels, gain access to capital, uh, coaching, yeah, just hang out with people from the same industry.
Okay, great. And so would the investors be able to buy a percentage of an NFT, say, and actually have holidays on the island, or would it just be more specifically for larger investors to buy property on the island and live there
There's
parts of the year?
Yeah, there's actually two kinds of NFTs for the island. One is the membership NFTs, which gives you access to all of the island special discounts when you're in the island. And there's the other NFT. Sorry. So this membership NFT also gives you rewards from the profits from the island. And then there's the property NFT, which is tied to the villas. So one NFT per villa, and then it's up to the buyer of the NFT to fractionalize that NFT.
Right. And how would the island run like with law and order and rules and regulations? Would it just be linked to Bali?
Yeah, well, it's actually controlled by by me, by Ecta, because it's private, so it's basically going to be ruled by the DAO. So we're gonna have a DAO for the island. So we'll have an Ecta Island NFT mint. But before you can mint the Ecta Island NFT, the whitelist is actually the Ectoportal. So everyone needs an Ectoportal NFT to be able to participate in the whitelist for the Ecta Island.
Okay, I've seen that. Yeah, that's awesome. So you'll have a DAO with voting rights depending on the NFTs you purchase for the island. Around the token, how does that tie in with Ecta Island as well?
Yeah, so Ecta is basically the native token for our Ectochain and our ecosystem. The utility for the Ecta token is for staking, for minting NFTs, for trading. For our, also have an exchange. It's called Hybex. So the tokens will be used for exchange, for network fees, and also for governance. This is the token that will also be used in the island.
Awesome. And I was reading on the white paper that might have already happened. You had a bridge planned. I was wondering which chain you were going over to. And was the first chain you started on was the BSC?
Yeah, we have a bridge. We can bridge EktaChain to Ethereum network and EktaChain to BSC.
Okay, great.
So that's currently working right now.
Great. And how does the whitelist work for the Ecta Island when that comes up for investors? How can they get involved? Can they join the community and get a whitelist spot?
Yeah, so there is the whitelist happening at the moment for Ectoportal. It's at ecta.io/portal. Once you mint the portal and you own the NFT for the portal, you will have access to the Ecta Island whitelist. The whitelist for Ecta Island will be towards the end of the year.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, you was mentioning earlier on, can you tell us investors a bit about the plan to earn game you're building?
Yeah, that's actually it's actually my favorite project in Ecta. The reason why it's my favorite project is because our mission vision is to improve people's lives through the blockchain, and also to help the environment. So with this game, you hit two birds with one stone. with the plan to earn game, you actually earn from the NFTs and also from earning from the gameplay, which is we emit a fungible token called M3 token, and so this is quite good. You can earn around $500 to $600 a month playing this game for 2 3 hours a day, which is double or almost triple the salary of people here in the Philippines and Indonesia. And at the same time, when you're planting trees in the game, it goes to planting trees in the real world. And some of the NFTs have carbon credits attached to the token, to the NFT, and this carbon credit goes to preserving forests the in Brazil, in Indonesia, and other parts of South America. So yeah, it's an environmental play and also a play to earn game.
Yeah, awesome. And going into the Ecta token, did you say that launched about 12 months ago? What's been happening for the first 12 months there? And you can stake it as well. What sort of APY is it? Is
Yeah,
it unlocked staking for
yes.
investors?
When we launched in December, we had a staking pool. Uh, the APYs was a bit high at that time, so to attract more people to join our network and our chain, it was about 150% APY. But now our staking pools are at around 18% APY. However, that's why we're trying to move away from the linear staking pool and into the portal NFT. So having a portal NFT can your rewards can really vary because we're gonna have 10,000 Ecta a day as rewards, and there's going to be 10,000 Ecta portals, but it's first come first serve. So if you come in early, and let's say there's only 2,000 portals plugged in, you're actually gonna get rewards 10,000 Ecta divided by 2,000 portals, which is five Ectas a day. And then of course, eventually when all 10,000 Ectas are plugged in, 10,000 portals are plugged in, then that's around 1 Ecta a day. So your APY there would be around 50 to 60%.
Right, and yeah, so the NFT portals, you're minting 10,000. Do you say what's the sort of minimum, maximum someone can buy, and will
Uh,
so many be
we
whitelisted, and then will it open to the public for the rest of them, or?
Yeah, the whitelist is currently open to the public. I mean, the minimum is one, right? But there is no maximum. The reason why we don't put a cap on it is because it's a very different kind of NFT that we're doing. It's not a PFP. It actually has utility because owning this portal gives you access to our entire ecosystem, which means you will have access to whitelist, airdrops, pre-mint, IDOs, and this node actually is has a lot of utility. So apart from earning Ecta tokens every day, you can use this node to mine other tokens like Ethereum, especially with the merge happening, proof of stake. There's no you can't be a node validator using cloud nodes anymore. So Infura is gone. So you actually need a physical node to mine Ethereum. You can also earn from being a validator of the node. Edge computing. We also have an NFT marketplace that will have music NFTs. So later on, there's going to be decentralized file sharing and music sharing with this. It's like a Spotify of Web3. So there's a lot of ways that you can earn income with this node. There's a lot of utility for it, and yeah. So this node. The thing is with this current bear market, a lot of people are starting to realize that there needs to be value that drive and utility that drives the NFT price, and a lot of projects will disappear because of that, and a lot of new ones will emerge. When we created this NFT, we wanted to create an NFT with value and utility, and because we're bridging blockchain to the physical world, we want to actually ship you a physical node, that's something that you can touch and feel, and it's just really easy. You just All you need to do is plug it onto the wall, connect your wallet, and start earning. So we don't want to. We're not the we're not a moon coin. We're not a. It's not an NFT flipping game. It's an NFT that gives you a steady stream of income and value. So yeah, so that's basically our mission vision in Ecta, creating value and having projects backed by assets.
Okay, awesome, Berwine. And going back to the Ecta Island, how would it work legally and the security around, buying property on the island? And will some of the properties be rented out as holiday homes and people can get, an investment back for a partial share in NFTs as well?
Yes, correct. So the property is owned by an LLC, an Indonesian LLC, and part of the shares that will be sold as NFTs is owned by an offshore company, which is basically a smart company. So there's a dashboard. It's run like a company with a smart contract, and this is where the NFTs are going to be traded. So the NFT owner will own the smart company, which owns the LLC, which owns the property. The property is will all the data and information and ownership of the property will be shared in the metadata. Um, the There's going to be, of course, rental income from renting of the villas and the honeycomb pods. There's also income from the food and beverage, like the restaurants, the beach club, the yacht club, and the marina. There's also going to be income from yacht charters and many other things in the marina. So all of this will be shared with the NFT holders as a form of reward. And in terms of ownership, it's quite clear if you purchase a property. I mean, if you purchase a villa, the NFT is the tied to the title of the property. So we've done all the due diligence there. So we do all the checks, the background checks, the land zoning check, making sure that the titles are clean, there's no dispute, anything like that. Normally, that takes around 2 to 3 months to do this due diligence, but we've done that beforehand, so all that data is already embedded in the NFT, and you can see it in the smart contract. So all you need to do is just purchase it in the marketplace, and you don't have to wait for 2 to 3 months. It's just literally in a couple of minutes you can own the property.
Awesome. And what's the sort of timeline to build the properties? And are you looking at in the future doing like an NFT for a hotel on the island and a school? You said you were looking to
Yeah,
build as well.
Yeah, so the timeline, we currently have land filled already, and we're doing the new designs for the island. The mint will be at the end of the year, and after the mint, construction starts uh, around March or April next year, and it'll take 18 to 24 months to build out everything.
Okay, great. And going over so you're looking at getting the smart contract on the NFTs. That's going to be audited. Who are you looking to audit that with in the future
Uh,
as well?
so we do all our odds every time we deploy a contract on EktaChain, or for example we're launching our NFT marketplace. We have a company called Immune Bytes that does our audit, and we have another company called Entersoft that does our audit. So we always have to do an audit before we deploy a contract.
See, and have you got partnerships in crypto and outside of crypto and retail, that sort of thing, tied to Ecta token as well?
We actually did a launch pad for a token called Envision 2 months ago. We helped them do that. We have 24 other partners building on our chain right now. A lot of them are Web2 and traditional companies, mainly real estate. We have, when we launch our NFT marketplace, we have a Scandinavian lottery company that's building on our chain. They're going to have lottery NFTs as well on our chain. We have other real estate companies in Bali. There is a real estate developer here called K Club. They're going to do the mint on our NFT marketplace around August this year. We have another venture capital. It's called a venture NFT, where basically they raise funds through NFTs and they invest into startups. They're called Blue Moon Dogs. They're also going to mint on our NFT marketplace around August and September this year. Yeah, there's also a large pawn shop slash jewelry chain from the Philippines with 29 million customers that's going to do their jewelry NFTs on our marketplace. So yeah, these are a few of the companies that are building on our chain right now.
So on the EktaChain, how many projects have launched, and also you burn the Ecta token each time a project launches on EktaChain, reducing the supply?
Yeah, so there was a token called Envision that launched using EktaChain. There's gonna be, well, the first real product from Ecta is the Ectoportal. So there's a few ways to purchase the NFT. You can either purchase with Ecta native token, um, Ethereum, or USDT on E. So every time people mint our NFTs using Ecta token, that will basically decrease the supply and drive the Ecta token price up.
Okay,
For
great.
example, the lot, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like the same goes for the K Club property NFTs and the lottery NFTs. It's the same thing. You need to purchase an Ecta token to mint the NFTs. So ultimately, the more projects are deployed on our chain, the higher the value Ecta token price will be.
Okay, great. And how are you marketing the EktaChain and the Ecta token, and in the future the Ecta Island NFT portal?
Yeah, currently we're growing our communities through Twitter, Telegram, and we recently launched our Discord. We have some PR and press partners that we're starting to work with, and some third-party marketing companies. And we're also doing cross promotions and partnerships with other NFT communities. And I believe, like in a couple of months, we're going to gain a lot of traction, and a lot of people are going to hear from us. We actually just had like our first earned press from a few media companies like Tech in Asia, Deal Street Asia, and we came out in uh, Yahoo Finance, Benzinga, Cointelegraph, and other. Yeah, we just closed a $60 million VC round funding last week, so that was all over the news. So that's good. That's really good press for us.
And what's the size of the team? I'm wondering with the EktaChain, how many people?
Yeah, we're currently 91 people in the team from all over the world. We're truly decentralized.
Okay, and how many are in the core team? And could we maybe get some details on other people?
Yeah, we have four core co-founders, um, and we have 60 levels and a couple of VPs, and then the rest are all managers and devs.
Yeah, and let's open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got a question for the one EktaChain project. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah, Glenn. Yeah, I've been listening in, and I always get excited when people tokenize the different real world assets, and real estate is something really, really impressive to do. And I'm wondering about the fractionalization that you were talking about the properties. Will it be sort of like each villa, like you gave an example, will have a certain number of NFTs, and say, can someone go ahead and buy the full set, and then will they actually own the property? And I'm wondering about, like, will there be any legal implications? How is that process gonna look like?
Yes, correct. You could purchase the one. You can do one NFT, one property, or you can purchase a property broken into several fractions of the NFT. Normally, it depends on which country you are, so it's case by case. So, for example, here in Bali, you can do that through an offshore company, and offshore company which owns the local company will own the property. So you actually change, and if the NFTs are traded in offshore, so that's completely legal. we're also talking to other property companies where they're actually going to pool a lot of properties into one pot, and then instead of purchasing the ownership, you can purchase kind of like the debt for the property. So there's kind of like a real world DeFi, asset backed DeFi that you can do with that. So it's really case to case.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty cool. I'm also wondering, like, for the facilities on the island, you mentioned there's still like building going on and things like that. You know me, like I need to have good internet because we all work from home and all that, you know, and then I'm good to go. But I'm also wondering, like, on the timeline, you've mentioned there's already a marina. Like, what's coming up next for the island, and when can we expect to sort of
Yeah,
see those NFTs
there,
and buy the
there's no
properties?
yeah, there's no marina at the moment. There's only the license for the marina. It took me 3 years to get the license. Very, very difficult to acquire. There's only 20 people in the country with this license. So at the moment, we've only landfill, and we have the licenses for the marina, and we're redesigning the drawings for the house, the villas, and the honeycomb pods and the common areas. So all of these designs should be done around October this year with all the 3D renderings. So what we're doing, if you follow our community channel like Twitter and Telegram, you'll see updates every week on designs and what we're doing with the architect and what we're doing, what we plan to do. So basically, the idea is to first mint the portal NFT so that they can whitelist for the island, and then get all these people in the community involved in the design as well. So they have a say in certain parts of the design and certain parts of what they want, what we can build on the island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. And you also mentioned sort of like citizenship NFTs, something like that. Will anybody be able to buy them to sort of just visit the island and hang around, or will that be like exclusively for people that
Yeah.
participate in the fractionalization of the property?
No, you can purchase the membership, which is kind of like the passport to the island.
That's that's super cool. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna check out the community and see what you guys are building right there. Sounds super cool. And as long as you know you get Starlink, I think people will be excited to hang around and see what they can do, and own a piece of real land,
Yeah,
real private island property. It sounds interesting.
yeah, we're gonna have Starlink, that's for sure.
Well, that's
Definitely, we need good internet. It's a DGen island, so we all need internet. It's the end of the world if
yeah,
we don't have internet.
yeah. When I asked about facilities, that's what I meant. Just is there good internet? Because we got laptops, we got all that, but we need
Yeah,
good internet to degen around. So it sounds cool, man. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I'll check out
yeah.
what's up. Cheers.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. Like, I mean, Elon Musk is doing Starlinks. Thousands are going up into the sky. So yeah, there'll be lots of coverage in the future for islands and more remote places through Starlink.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think Elon Musk is going to do something here in Indonesia because we have the G20 coming up in November this year in Bali, and he's actually coming and he's going to be one of the guest speakers for the G20. So yeah, definitely, there's a lot of things he's doing here with the government, and for sure, Starlink is going to be here.
And let's open it up to investors' questions now. Let's see. Syed, you had a question for Berwine at EktaChain. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I was going through your white paper, and you also mentioned about this that in addition to natural capital, Ecta also plans to increase access to the physical and intellectual property by tokenizing real estate and the land. I want to understand that how will the ownership of the tokenized real estate and the land work for the users who are not the resident of the country in which they are buying the real estate or the land, and will there be any restrictions on the buys around the globe?
No, actually, um, what happens, the structure is, it's actually happening already off chain. So what you do is the property or the villa is owned by a local company, which is owned by an offshore company. So the offshore company is actually where the shares are traded, which is basically the NFTs. So there's nothing wrong with that structure. It's actually currently legal. So basically, the NFTs will be on the offshore side, which owns the company that owns the property.
Okay, and how will user prove their ownership of the land or any assets in the court of the law? I mean, will you also be providing the legal paperwork and the certificates
Yes.
to the owners?
Yes, yes, correct. So off chain, it's already happening. You can prove the ownership by having all these offshore companies and local companies that own the property. So it's exactly the same on chain. It will be published on chain. It'll be all in the metadata, so everyone will see it. It's even more transparent than off chain.
Okay, understood. And if any seller or owner of the land want to list their property as an NFT on your marketplace, will it be possible, right?
Yes, correct. So if they want to list in our property, we'll have to do some due diligence with that first. So there's KYC and KYB happening. So we'll need to check all the licenses, the title, the certificates, check if they have any mortgages, check the zoning, check the access road. And once everything passes through our legal team, then we can list the property and we will put all that data in the smart contract.
Okay, got it. Thank you for explaining that. Okay, so you mentioned that the your NFT marketplace will be live in few days. So I want to know that how will
In a
users
few weeks.
get access to the NFT marketplace? Okay, okay,
Yeah, so
got it. Okay, so how will
we will
users get access?
Yeah, we will start
Yeah, go on.
advertising it. We will start advertising it in the press and also in our social media. And it's very simple. It's a marketplace. You can there'll be a website, and there'll be different information on how to list your NFT and partner with us. And it's gonna be the same process like OpenSea, but it's Ecta NFT marketplace.
Yeah, got it. But I wanted to know that will only the native token holder will have access to the NFT marketplace, or everyone will be able to access that? And what premium features will be available to the native token holders on the NFT marketplace?
Yes. Yeah, so anyone can sign up for the NFT marketplace. The native token to be used to mint the NFTs will be the Ecta token.
Okay, got it. So I was going through white paper, and it's also mentioned that the ACTA aims to develop and support the startup focused on sustainable business. You will be supporting startup businesses, and one of the focus was the Internet of Things and the artificial intelligence of things. So I want to know that what applications will artificial intelligence of the things have?
Yeah, so in the NFT marketplace, we will have AI there as well. So the AI can be used to do cross mint. So you can have one collection, let's say a lion, and another collection that's a shark, and then you can fuse these two collections into one. For example, the AI can also do GAN art, which is the AI art that can generate different kinds of artwork by fusing a collection of artwork together. AI will also be used for so because we will have hybrid exchange as well, which is our DeFi. So the key is to create universe to help people with low income to have some form of savings. So the AI can track basically your spending, and if you say, okay, I want to save up this year to buy a car or a home, it'll calculate how much savings you need to do, and if you exceed your savings, it'll alert you and say, "Hey, you need to save up this much every month," things like that. So that's basically what we're going to use the AI for.
Wonderful, wonderful. So in future, you will also be funding the projects, startup projects.
Yes,
So I want to know that what
yes,
will be
correct.
the requirements for the startups? What will be the requirements for the startup to apply for the funds?
Yeah, we're gonna issue some information about that very soon. As you know, in our press release last week, we We got $60 million funding, so we're going to use some of that funds for our development program. So we're going to fund startups, especially in blockchain and in green technology and sustainability. So we'll issue that information soon.
Okay, so you will only be funding the projects related to the crypto, right?
Not only crypto, it can be sustainability. It can be for environment, for green technology, not just crypto.
Okay, so then how will you regulate them through the blockchain? Because it's mentioned that you will
Uh,
be regulating the projects through the smart blockchain smart contracts.
yes, correct. So of course, the green projects, the environmental projects, has to have some sort of it has to be tied to Web3.
Okay, okay, understood. So I was also thinking that when these projects are well established, which you have funded, how will they be contributing towards the Ecta ecosystem?
I mean, first of all, they're going to be building on our chain. So that's going to help the Ecta ecosystem because they'll be using our ecosystem. They'll be using our token to do the transactions. Um, Also, they will probably have their own token or NFTs, so we can trade them and swap them in our hybrid exchange.
Okay, got it. Thank you for explaining that. Sorry, I took a lot of time, and thank you for answering all my
Okay.
questions. Thank you so much. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question side. Let's move on to Aisha. You had a question for EktaChain Bear Wine. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, you mentioned about MetaTrees game. I was wondering that will the NFTs be required to enter MetaTrees game, and will NFT determine how much players can earn through game?
Yeah. So the NFTs, there's basically the Genesis pack, which is the land and the seed NFT. So the very basic way to start the game is to purchase a Genesis pack, which is basically a land NFT and a seed NFT. This seed NFT actually is backed by carbon offsets and carbon credits. So all you need to do is activate the land and the seed NFT, and it's going to start growing a tree NFT. And this tree NFT has different attributes and traits, and the more you take care of this tree, the faster it grows, and the faster it grows, it will emit a fungible token called MTrees, and that's basically what you earn. You can use that to purchase other NFTs to grow the tree. So this is the basic part, the phase one of the game. Phase two, phase three later will go to an RTS type game strategy, and also these trees will have animal spirits and avatars. So there's going to be a whole like lore, for the game, and it's going to be really fun. It's not just play to earn. It's not just you're playing the game to earn. It's actually going to be really fun, and there's an ESG aspect to it and a CSR aspect to it. So it's also good for the environment.
Got it. I also want to know that is there any limit on number of hours player can play MetaTree game in 24 hours or in a day?
It's basically it's the game is designed for you to play the game like 2 to 3 hours a day. You can play for 24 hours if you have that much time to play the game, but yeah, it's really designed for 2 to 3 hours a day.
Okay, understood. Okay, I have read on Ecta's white paper that Ectoportal is a device that serves as a remote procedure call endpoint node that communicates and confirms activities on EktaChain network. I was thinking that will the NFT cover the price of Ectoportal device, or users have to pay for it? And will you be shipping these devices globally?
Yes, correct. The NFT, the price of that NFT includes the actual physical node, and we will be shipping that node to anywhere in the world. So after the mint, after 120 days, we will ship you the physical node to your physical address.
Understood. Okay, last question from my side. I also want to know that will users only be able to play game on Ecta portal device, or users will also be able to play game on other web browsers? And will the game be available on Google Play Store and iOS Store?
Yes, correct. You can play it in your computer browser. You can play it on mobile. It will be available on our website and also Play Store and iOS.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you for the questions, Asia. Let's move on to Western Beast. You had a question for Berwine at EktaChain. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Um, my first question is I got it from the website. You said that you built Ecta's high standards for security. I wanted asking, I wanted asking, did you develop the security and all the security features yourself, or did you contract it outside?
Yeah, so we have a third-party security company that helps us. They're called Entersoft. We also have our own internal security measures to ensure that, nothing, no bad actors can hack us. So we have a security system called Zero Trust Knowledge Security. We also have multi-sig wallets for our contracts, and basically, not one person in our team, not even the CTO, can sign off anything. There needs to be 3 out of 5 signatures.
Okay, by zero trust, is it also the zero knowledge proof concept?
No, ZK proof is actually for scalability. Zero trust is for security. It's really the network cannot trust just one person. It needs to be signed off by more than 3.
All right, I get it now. All right, my second question. Um, I saw that you used multiple programming languages when you're building applications for Ethereum protocols. Wouldn't this at some point cause inconsistencies on the project?
Not really, because it's what we're doing. It's all EVM. It's all Ethereum virtual machine compatible. It's actually not. It's not that complicated. It can talk to each network.
All right, I get it. Okay, I want to talk about your voting system. I saw that there are two major types of voting. The vote on coin holdings, where the vote is carried out based on the number of coins, and the vote on staking. So, would you decide what voting system to be employed, or would you let it out to the community?
Yes, so currently, the voting, we're going to move to proof of stake soon after we deploy these 10,000 portals. So at the moment, our chain is proof of authority. So it's based on reputation. The reason why we're doing this is because it's a B2B model, business to business model that we're doing at the moment. So it's business partners that are building on our chain currently. So they're the ones that are the validators of our nodes. And then later, because we only have 16 nodes at the moment, but after we deploy these 10,000 nodes globally, we're going to move to proof of stake. And in proof of stake, it'll be based on the number of tokens that you're staking. So the votes will come
So,
from that.
okay, so if I understand correctly, when the vote by staking is carried out, the losing party will be forced to share their tokens, or the hectare stakes by the losing party. Wouldn't this at some point be unfair? Because if the voting is carried out based on the number of tokens they have, it means that what if I have the majority amount of tokens, I always win.
Uh, there's going to be 10,000 nodes out there, right? So initially we'll start with 200 validators, and then it will grow to over 1,000. They all have pretty much equal amount of token stake per validator node, so it's going to be quite fair.
Oh, okay, I understand it now. Next question. I saw something about the three-pronged approach. So I want to talk about the fact that you'll be connecting real-world assets to virtual assets. Would these virtual assets be based on the prices on the real-world assets? For example, real estate in say America is more expensive than real estate in other parts of the world. So would these prices be based on the geographical region, the prices of the geographical region?
Not really, because when you start fractionalizing the property, we're gonna keep it as low as 200, between 200 to 500 per fractional NFT. So it's affordable for everyone. So even if the property is $5 million or $500,000, the fractions are based between 200 to 500. So it's quite uh, it's quite equal.
Well, I understand. So, can people from another geographical region choose to buy these real estates in another geographical region?
Yeah, you can. It's based on offshore smart companies. So these smart companies are run like smart contracts, and anyone can basically participate.
Appreciate you answering all my questions. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for the questions, Weston. Let's move on to Venice. You had a question for Berwine at EktaChain. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Actually, I have a couple of the questions to ask from the team. I was wondering, will you guys have any physical workshops or seminars where different entrepreneurs are invited to present their ideas in front of your team or sponsors so that they can be funded to flourish the idea into some real product?
Yes, that's a really good question. Actually, we're gonna have our first Poly Mastermind in the end of September, beginning of October. We're gonna invite 10 of the best thinkers in the industry to speak, and also we invite. It's an open event, so it's a free event. Anyone can come, and it's open for people to brainstorm, talk about their projects. There'll also be some hackathons and some pitching competitions as well. We'll always have that, especially when the Ecta Island is completed. We're gonna have monthly events like that on the island, and also online. So it doesn't need to be physically on the island.
Okay, that's awesome. And do you also have any plan to also give any kind of scholarships to the deserving students or researchers to get education in esteemed colleges or universities if they don't have enough money to pursue their education?
Yes, absolutely. The school we're building on Ecta Island is a free school. It will be physical and also online, so we'll have online courses. We actually plan to deploy a Learn to Earn program, and a Teach to Earn program. So we believe in giving everyone chance to have education, and also when you finish these courses, you will earn credits as a form of NFT, and then you can use this to pay for your university or your master's later.
Okay, that's really awesome. And while reading your white paper, I came to know that the main goal of your project or ACTA is to eliminate the poverty and help people in debt or other financial problems. So I think there are a lot of parts in the world where people even don't know about crypto, or even they don't know anything about technology or how to earn from the crypto or from technology or from internet. So I was wondering, how will you reach those kind of people so that you can help them to eliminate their poverty?
Yeah, the first thing that we wanted to do is to launch this Ectoportal, because a lot of people find crypto very complicated and very daunting. And so we wanted to simplify crypto by just plugging this device to the wall and connecting to your wallet so you can start earning crypto. Later on, we're building our ecosystem. We have the four flagship projects in our ecosystem. One is the layer one chain, which is already running. The NFT marketplace after that, that's launching in 3 weeks. we have the hybrid exchange, and the metaverse. All these four things will be put into one simple app on the phone. You won't even know it's Web3. It'll be just like a Web2 app. And we will we're working we're talking to a phone manufacturer right now to have a very affordable phone for everyone to use, and this hopefully we can deploy to try to bank the unbanked and give access to universal basic income to everyone.
Oh, okay, that's really awesome. And one more question from my side. I was wondering for funding the entrepreneur to shape their idea into a product, will you have some percentage share in their project as well, or the funding will be like a loan which they need to give back within certain period of time?
Um, we do that in case to case basis, but at the moment the funding will take an equity or a token stake in the project.
Okay, and is it possible for any community member to come up and fund the project with your help? And if some of the community member like a proposal that you put in place for voting, then will you allow the community members to also participate in the funding process?
Correct. Yes, we do. Yeah, there will be crowdfunding through NFTs mainly
Okay,
and
that's really awesome, and
tokenization.
that's all.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for your questions, Venice. Let's move on to Jubenga. You had a question for Berwine at EktaChain. Go ahead.
Hi, brother. Thanks for the opportunity, one.
Hi.
Um,
Hello.
yeah. Hi. Hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thanks. Oh, actually, this is a great project. I've gone through the roadmap and the website. It's actually an awesome project, which I'm actually bullish about. I have a quick question with respect to some things I saw on the website. Checking through the
Hmm.
website, I see you said you actually refer to some daily rewards on the platform. I would actually love if you can actually shed more light on the daily rewards, how it will be working, because I see
Yeah,
like 10,000 stuff like that. I would like you to run through the daily rewards so that
correct.
investors can see the some of the
S-
project.
So, for Ectoportal NFT, we have allocated 40 million tokens from our treasury to reward the portal NFT holders for the next 10 years. So, if basically it's about 10,000 tokens a day that's available for rewards. So it will be divided by the number of portals and nodes that's connected to our network. So if there's, for example, 1,000 nodes that are running at the moment, each person with the node will earn 10 Ecta a day. If there's 10,000 nodes connected, so you divide 10,000 by 10,000, you get 1 Ecta a day for the next 10 years.
Okay, awesome, awesome. The reward will it be in a stable coin on your native token?
It will be in our native token. It'll be Ecta.
Okay. Then do you consider the value of the token? Because if I'm to getting a reward for couple of period, and the price of the token now, let's say today the price of the token is $2 as an instance, and the next day the price of the token might actually come down. What how do you think investors will be comfortably holding getting the rewards in your native token? I think, don't you
Yeah,
think it should be optional? Probably it should be in a native token or in BUSD, so that for
actually,
investors funds to be on safer side in case the token is coming down a little bit. Or what do you think about that?
yeah. First of all, that's a very good question. First of all, the NFT is on EktaChain and the node is running on EktaChain. So we have nowhere to reward on a stable coin because our native token is Ecta. The good thing about Ecta is we are a young chain, we are up and coming, And the more nodes there are, and the more token holders there are, and the more projects running on Ecta, the higher the value will be. So at today's price, let's say Ecta is 65 cents. In the coming months, I highly doubt it will be 65 cents. I strongly believe it will be more than that. If you look at Cardano when it first started in 2017, the price was 1 cent. And even though there's a bear market right now, it's still hovering around 50 cents. It hit an all-time high of $3.15. So I believe Ecta will be like that as well because we're a layer one blockchain. So there's a lot of utility that our token will have, and which will drive the price up.
Okay, I think that's awesome. Then also
Thank you.
from this my hand, I would love to know the plans you're having to actually sustain the liquidity of these projects. I mean, what I mean by liquidity, I'm actually referring to some funds that will be needed in the project because most of projects they have plans like this, but the plan fails at the long run, not because they don't have a strategy, but because the funds they are planning for. You know, these days most of the project plans their funds in BNB, and at the end of the day, BNB, what if the price of BNB goes down more than your imagination? What will be your plans to like strategize so that the funds will be planned as will be enough as planned so that most of the projects you have in mind, most of things you have in mind to carry it out will be well established.
Yeah, so our projects are mainly has to do a lot with asset-backed tokens, asset-backed projects, and projects that create value and drive more
Okay.
fees to our network. So it definitely has to be a sustainable project. So number one, Ecta's layer one. So the more people building on our chain, the more network fees we can receive. Number two, we are doing other projects like the MetaTrees game with actual carbon credits in the tokens, which are actually tradable in the marketplace and that have value. We also have property-based projects that drive, you have a lot of rental income from that. So it's all sustainable projects.
Okay, awesome. I think that's a great one. The last thing from my end, I would love to know the plan you're having to involve other communities, both local and international, and even non-English speaking community. Because with some research, it shows that there are some community that most of crypto owners don't even look after, but they are the community that actually contribute much into the crypto space by holding the tokens for a very long time. What will be your plans to get in touch with all this community and to bring them into your project for long-term sustainability?
Yeah, so as you know, we're a young chain and we're still building our community. Our community is growing every day. We also work with other communities. We do a lot of partnerships and collaborations with other communities. I think especially now during the bear market, you can see, what are the valuable communities and what are the good communities. And what we do is we help each other out. We recently joined a few communities, like there's a NFT project called Mad Meerkats, so we're working together to promote each other's community. They're actually going to build so they have a community called the Treehouse. They're actually building a physical treehouse on their island. We're helping them, their community as well, grow through our Ectoportal. We 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 believe in collaboration with other communities, so it'll just keep growing.
Yeah, I love this concept. If you actually involve this concept into your project, I believe it will help the project to go very long far. This is actually a great project which I'm actually bullish about. I wish you best of luck. Thanks for the opportunity,
Thank,
Glimpse.
thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for the question, Jabenga. Unfortunately, we've run out of time today. It's been great speaking to Burwine from EktaChain. If you're interested in finding out more about the Ecta token, the EktaChain, or the Ecta Island, we can get you safely over to the official community socials. They're in our main chat. As we always say for Whalecoin Talk community investors, AMAs are for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice. You can check out their website, white paper, and like I say, the official community socials are in our main chat. Head over there. Thank you very much for coming today, Burwine.
Thank you so much, Glenn. Thank you so much, Glenn.
Okay, thank you for coming. I think we've got spin the wheel now for 2 lucky winners. Fact is there.
Yep. I'm gonna bring up the wheel.
Okay.
Just give me a second here. It should come up. I know it lags sometimes. Let me know when it's up so I can spin it. Okay. Shuffle it a couple of times and let's get our first winner here. First winner, Mr. or Mrs. Stephen Johnson, this gentleman. Grab your ID and I'll shuffle it one more time and get our second winner. And I'm grabbing your IDs, guys, and we'll contact you later about your prize. We're probably gonna post it in our main chat later on today, so stay tuned for that. And thank you everybody for coming. This has been really great. I love seeing people add real world assets and back their NFTs with something tangible for us to engage and be a part of. And I think it's pretty cool if you get to own just a small piece maybe of a private island. You know, it's just it could be as a badge and honor. And why not maybe visit it? You know, someday have your little private spot. Get your friends, go over there. As it's been mentioned here, the NFTs will not be that pricey, but yeah, definitely check them out. We do have all the socials right there in the main chat, and yeah, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you to the Ecta team for being here with us. It's really awesome and a great opportunity for our community as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming, Berwan. Take care, and I'll finish the recording, send a copy over for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into the main chat for our investors later on if they want to listen back to the recording.
Cheers, Glenn. Thank you so much.